Hey y'all, what's going on? You guys, this is nothing but a life update video, and I'm going to be responding to the life update about the previous video that I posted, which was the late night with Chrissy. And I was talking about just how God was blessing me and revealed to me what the enemy was doing to stop me from operating my purpose. And so with God, it's always amazing to discover new things that he's healing you in. And this week, and I feel like this is going to be an ongoing process because I know how deep this wound goes. And I'm just being really transparent with you guys today. So recently, God decided to heal on my trust issues. And it's an ongoing situation because it's deeper than I initially expected. So in my last video, I talked about how it was a struggle for me to receive love and how the enemy was making me think that because of the things that I've done and who I am, I was unlovable. And so that had affected me, but of course God changed my perspective and gave me new life and showed me what really happened. So now it's holiday season, you guys, and my brain started getting in this huge like, okay, I need to make sure I get this for myself. I need to make sure that I have everything I need for me because I don't never want to feel like I'm not satisfied and I don't have myself and I don't have this and I don't have that. And doing this, do you know what was repeated the most? I. Like that just kept being said and I never took it up with God. You know what I'm saying? Like I kept trying to feel like, okay, I need to make sure that I get everything I need so I don't feel left out. And I kept reiterating that. And I'm like, Lord, why am I feeling this way? Like, what is it about Christmas that triggers this type of emotion that makes me feel unsatisfied? That makes me feel like almost that I'm not protected and I gotta do overtime just to receive from me. And God began to show me that it's my trust. It's what I place my trust in, actually. I've been placing trust into myself. I've been placing trust into what I can do, and I end up removing God of what he's supposed to do in my life. Like we all been there when we be like, yeah, I trust God. That's my Lord and Savior. He does this and he does that. But in the same breath, you're working overtime and draining yourself just to do something that God been wanting to do. And see, I didn't realize that. I was like, no, I'm fine. Like, that's not the issue. Like, Lord, it's something else. And he began to show me how deep that trust wound was. Like, have we ever, and I know I'm not the only person, have you ever said, I'll never do that again. I'll never trust that person again. Or you'll be like, I'll never put myself in a position where I open myself to people who hurt me again. That was me. Like, my personal line that I used was, I'll never place like my needs in anybody else. If I need something from somebody, I'm not going to ask them because they're just going to let me down. It's just me against me. It's me against the world. I got to do for me. And there I go with that same mantra of I. In reality, I had basically put myself in a position where God should have been. And it really wrecked me because it was stealing my peace. And what was so funny was God was telling me along the way, and I kept feeling like I had to do it. And I realized, and I said, Lord, I'm not letting you be my Savior. I'm not letting you be my Lord. When you are my Lord, you're leading me, you're guiding me, you're covering me. And I stepped out of that covering to do for me, and it's draining me. It's making me feel tired. It's making me feel unloved. It's making me feel like I'm unworthy because I'm moving outside the will of yours just for trauma, basically. I didn't realize my thought process took me to, especially from something from the past, made me make this inner vow to make me do on this downward spiral. And so as God began to reveal to me how I've been allowing unhealed trust to mess up areas of my life, he began to show me areas that I could undo. And so during this Christmas time, instead of me being so triggered, feeling like I'll be let down by people not showing up for me or supporting me, he he started to show me how he's always been there, how he's always been my first advocate, how he's always been my father and my friend. And it took time for me to realize that in this private place, I needed him. In this private place, you need him. Like, it just really restored the energy that I felt like I was like drained from. Because in the same time as me trying to be all I need, I didn't have it. Honestly, y'all, I can never be all I need when I need God. Does that make sense? Like, in a carnal perspective, you got to make sure that you are healthy, yes. But when it looks to your spiritual needs, because your spiritual journey with God is number one, what you have with God should come first. Because God give you insight on all things, not just the spiritual realm. He'll let you know when you're going through, or it's a disorder, or where something physically wrong with your body. He is the God that knows all, controls all, sees all, created all. That is who God is. And when I started to realize who Jesus is to me, it humbled me to realize that, Lord, I got in your way. And that's why I tired myself out. And today in service, I saw this beautiful representation of this woman. She was bowing at the altar. She's a wife. And her husband was up there. And he bowed down in front of her. Whew, y'all, it wrecked me when I saw it. And he hugged her. In that moment, it's a straight representation of what God does to us. In that moment of us just running ourselves rampant, being crazy, like doing crazy stuff, making ourselves tired. And when we finally stop and get to a place of submission, he meets us. And to be honest, God is with us when we running rampant. He be trying to talk to us. And when you so busy into your own trauma and not allowing God to touch it, to heal it, to get those hardened pieces of your heart, you will ignore him because you're not really trying to receive it. In reality, he's trying to heal you along the way. But when you get to that brick wall and you just say, I quit, I'm done, and you finally said, Lord, it's all yours, he just engulfs you with his love and reminds you that I'm your husband. You are my bride. I'm your husband. I'm here for you. I hold you in your arms, and I am there ready to touch every need, emotional, mental, spiritual need that needs to be met. I supply all of those needs. And I begin to realize that for me, it's not about Christmas. It's not about the past people who let me down. It's about accepting the fact that I can't be all I need. I need to change my logic and perspective and realize that Christ is all I need. And with him, I shall never lack. Ooh, I felt that in my spirit, y'all. With him, I shall never lack. With him, I will be tested by fire, but I won't be burnt. And I have to realize that my love for him, it won't leave me alone. It won't leave me abandoned. It won't leave me like an orphan. And the same is for you. You won't be left alone. You won't be left like an orphan. You won't be treated or cast aside. But every emotional need that needs to be met, he is ready to meet them. We just got to open up. So today, I'm saying open up. Let him touch that need. Let him touch your heart. Let him develop you. Let him heal you and cover and guide you into your new season. Because we are approaching a new year, and we have to realize it's stopped being about you. It's about him. It's about Jesus. And once you get into that mindset of, God, show me, how am I getting in the way of what you want to do? You'll start to see how you pivot your posture of your love, how you pivot the posture of your thinking, and the way you see. Well, I love you guys. I'll see you later, and I will give you a life update. Because this trust issues and learning to love and receive love, oh God, it ain't no joke. I'll see y'all later.